channel. My name is Scott Schaefer, and today we're going to be using some old scaffolding to build some wood racks. So this is really inexpensive, cheap, easy way to make wood racks out of steel, so it's nice and strong. So these are side pieces. They were the ladders, and so they had another bar right here. So to cut this leg off, I was using a sawzall with a steel cutting blade, but that was really slow, and it's kind of caked with concrete on a lot of it too. So anyway, that didn't work out very well. So I used a cutting blade on a grinder, and that worked really fast. It was like cutting like butter. So, and then I had to grind off the parts that latch, the latches, and then I drilled holes. I drilled 3 holes in the tube, and when I did that, when I put it on the mill or on the drill press, I just made sure that the bars were plumb to the drill press. That way that when we screw it to the wall, the bars will stick straight out at a 90-degree angle from the wall, perpendicular. All right, so let's get these hung up. So the holes I drilled in the steel are 3/8. So I'm going to use, that just gives a little bit of wiggle room. I'm using 1/4-inch pen head screws. They're 3 inches long. Since my hole's a little bit bigger, then I'm using a 1/4-inch washer. And then the anchor I'm using in the wall is a triple grip, and these you can get at Home Depot and also Lowe's. Meant for drywall or block. Obviously we're using it in block. This is the biggest that they make. We use these same anchors upstairs on the really big racks that were up against the stucco wall, and we've filled the racks with lumber, and they're holding just fine. So these are really good. All right, so the first step in the process is laying out the wall where you want your racks. I've spaced my racks every 3 feet. I have 7 of them, so that would give me enough to do a 12-foot rack and a 8-foot rack. And there's 4 forks on each rack. So that's a lot of lumber storage in a little tiny space. It's a really good utilization of the space. All right, so I've already put the first one in back here, and I put my second one in at the opposite end. So now what I'm going to do is pull a string from bar to bar, and that's going to be my leveler for all the ones in the middle. That way all the forks are going to be at the same elevation. I don't have to measure with a tape on every single one. So let's pull a string. As you can see, my string is, I just wrapped it around the pipe a bunch of times so it won't move. There's enough, this pipe is rough enough that the string won't really slip or anything. And that way I don't have to cut my string, I can reuse it. But anyway, the string is coming off of the top of the pipe here, and I've pulled it as tight as I can. It's a really strong string so it won't snap, but pulled it as tight as I could, and as you can see it comes to the top of the pipe here. So that means I'm going to want the top of the third rung up on each rack to touch the bottom of the string. So I'm going to get my rack in place, and I'm going to mark where the first hole is going to go in the center of the pole. I'm going to do that using the drill bit to drill the hole. Then I'm going to move it out of the way, drill the hole, put the plug in there, move it back into place, and screw it in. Then I'm going to use that as a pivot point, and then I'm going to mark my other holes and then twist it, drill the other holes, put the plugs in, move it back to where it was, drive the screws, and there you go. You got 3 screws holding that thing on. Alright, just like that, I've got a nice little wood rack in our workspace area. It took me all of about a half hour, if you don't count the time I spent dicking around with the camera, to hang all these on the wall. It took me about another half hour probably to cut the legs off and drill all the holes, so about an hour's worth of work, and we have a really good, sturdy, but yet compact wood rack in our workspace. But no job is complete, of course, without some quality control. Chris is going to go ahead and test out our racks. Alright, I think that's good enough. There is a little bit of back and forth movement because the pipes are round, but that's not going to matter a whole lot when we get wood on here. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this inspired some good ideas. It's a good reuse for the old scaffolding that got taken out of commission. So. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. The Log Furniture How-To, the most all-inclusive site on the net for log and rustic furniture, fixtures, and decor. That's logfurniturehow2.com.
scaffolding.com.